Today on A Body in Progress, what I hope will be the single most boring episode in this entire series. And so far I think we're succeeding. It's not that I'm hoping to make this episode boring or uninteresting. I'm just convinced that it will be. And I'm hoping that there are no other episodes to come that are actually more uninteresting, that are worse than this. What exactly is this episode? Well, this is information that I have tried in the past to put in other episodes at the end. And there just never seems to be the time. I lay out the content of what I want, and then I edit it down, and getting it within the 20 minutes is a challenge. And so then I look at this information and I go, well, I can put it somewhere else. And I've been putting it somewhere else for 2 years, so I'm just going to give it its own episode. And that is in relation to this screen at the end of every video that I put up. Let me start with this. I don't like auxiliary material, and here's what I mean. If I'm reading a book and they say somewhere in the middle of it, I've read a couple books like this where they say, check out this website for more information. Well, the problem is, on at least one occasion, I got a hold of the book so many years after it had been published that no one was maintaining the website anymore. The website wasn't there for me to go to. Sometimes you watch a television show that says, check out this website for more information. So I don't like cross-platform information. So I hesitate to do this, but well, okay, even before I get to that, one more thing. So therefore, because I don't like that, my philosophy in creating this video series and my pledge to you is that I will always put the heart of the information, the stuff I believe you need to follow my story or to grow yourself, I will put it into the video series. The video series, whenever it's done, whenever it's all wrapped up, you will be able to watch all by itself and it will feel complete. But having said that, you may have noticed things like for 2 years now, I have never actually chronicled a workout and printed on the screen, what am I doing? How many reps am I doing? How much weight am I lifting? I've talked about my workouts in general. I've talked about my progress, but I've never gotten that detailed. And so there are places around the internet where you can, one, learn more detail, and two, you can get information more often than just as often as I can publish these videos, which, way back in 2019 or in December of 2018, I was gung-ho for an episode a week, and I just can't. I can't do a job and be a husband and be a father and still produce a full episode a week. So so let's go over those. I just want to go over that list in this episode, and that'll let you know where you can go for more information. If for any reason any of those links don't work, if they ever get shut down, or if I can't maintain them, once again, know that the video series is going to be your primary source anyway. Everything else, it's the auxiliary material. It's what I actually don't like myself. I just told you I don't like it, and I'm doing it myself. So, yeah. So for people who want to know precisely what I did on a given day or something like that, there are these options. Although having said that, I also have to say that absolutely every one of these sources is actually way behind schedule right now. So if you want to know what I did today, April 29th, you're going to have to wait a while. But I don't know. I don't know if I can catch them up, if I can keep up. But all right, enough preamble. Here they are. The video series is my primary source for communicating with you what I'm up to and training information for the average guy out there that I pick up and want to pass on. I have worked hard for 42 episodes now to not refer to it as my YouTube channel. I think once or twice I've slipped up. I want to think of this video series as something that you can access in whatever way you want. If you want actually the master files, I can upload those to Google Drive and you can download them if you're enjoying it that much and want to keep copies on your computer. But having said that, yes, the primary venue right now where I do publicize these videos is YouTube. So I'm guessing just about all of you identify it as my YouTube channel, and that's where you've been watching. So you already know about that one. But, you know, I don't want to get political. I've already thrown a couple small jabs out there, I think, in episode 40, just because. Joe Biden and his puppet masters are gracelessly attacking and eroding the Bill of Rights. But I don't want to lose viewers over it. This is not the place to talk about what I believe, but I will say this. Yes, politically, I'm a conservative. I vote conservative. I stand for conservative issues. I don't say that in this series for any purpose except to say that YouTube has, over the past couple of years, become more aggressive in shutting down conservative channels. Now, right now, and up to the present, they've focused on channels that focus on the conservative viewpoint. I don't. This is fitness. You know, there's nothing conservative or liberal about going to the gym. So this is not about that at all, except to say that who knows if one day YouTube will simply pounce on anyone who is conservative. If I post a video somewhere else on my political beliefs and YouTube connects that channel with this one and says, you know, you're out, I don't know. It's one reason I number the episodes. If you ever go to the video feed on YouTube, go to the uploads catalog, and you see a number missing, that means YouTube took it down for some reason. I will never take them down. Once they're up, they're up. So, you know, that's that. All right, I said all that. I hope I didn't alienate. I hope nobody's sitting there going, oh, he's conservative? I can't watch this. I'm not going to talk about that. That's not why we're here. You can continue to tune into this channel safely without having your views necessarily assaulted, unless you are cosmopolitan and you think fat is healthy. But I've already talked about that. So yes, you can continue to follow along there. If that is where you follow and you've never subscribed, let me encourage you to do that. Subscribing helps. It helps me get to certain thresholds. It helps guide more people to the video. The more people watch it and click like and all of those things. I don't do that in all of my videos. I know there are YouTube channels at the end of every video, or sometimes in the middle, the host says, and before we go any further, make sure you click like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I've always maintained that I started this video series because it was motivation for me. And way back in 2010, when I uploaded my first videos, I never anticipated anybody watching. So the fact that I got over 100 subscribers surprised me. I have about 124 as I record this. I had 128. 4 of them disappeared within the past month. So I don't know. I don't know if it was the couple of political wisecracks that I did issue in episode 40, or maybe it was all the body fat I showed in episode 41, and people went, okay, no, too much. That's disgusting. I don't know. But 4 people did sign off. I'd like to grow the audience, but I'm not maniacal about it. I'm not all over the internet saying, hey, subscribe. Just go ahead and do that. Well, no, I don't want to grow the audience to monetize. In fact, I have a message here. Let's go ahead and break up this monotony with this. I do copy and paste the YouTube links for every one of these videos over to my bodybuilding network, and they always watch them and have great comments. After the 2 videos that I put together called the Starter Kit, episodes 37 and 38, Stacy noted quite enthusiastically and encouragingly that She loves my channel because I'm just a guy. I'm an honest guy, an ordinary guy, just sharing the information that I've learned and trying to encourage others. And that is what I'm trying to do. I am not shilling any supplements, any particular gym. Nobody's backing me at all at this point. And so she put it this way. Let me get the exact quote here. You come across as a trusted advisor versus someone who is trying to sell something. You don't even monetize your videos with ads. And that is true. Even if I get enough subscribers that I qualify for YouTube's AdSense program, I don't want I don't want commercials interrupting my videos. I find it very irritating when I go to watch somebody's video and the first thing I have to do is sit through an ad. Or maybe I'm a third of the way through the video and right in the middle of the host's sentence, they cut him off and they give you a 15-second commercial for Liberty Mutual that makes absolutely no sense anyway, but to then interrupt to do it, I don't know. Or if it's not one of those options, it's that little bar across the bottom where they put up a banner ad. I create these videos, and apart from the occasional typo, or I forget to put in a dissolve or something, they end up exactly the way I want them. I don't want a bar appearing across the bottom, obscuring something. I may have a subtitle of my own across the bottom at that point, and all of a sudden there's an ad in the way. I just don't want any of that. So even if I could monetize this channel, I don't have any plans to do that. It does mean that it's harder to get to the videos. It's harder to find time in my life to do them. It's a fun idea, the idea of being sponsored in some way, of having someone actually fund the videos, whether that would be the YouTube ad program or individual businesses or individual people. In order to do it full time, I would somehow have to be provided about $500 a week if I wanted to do an episode a week. I don't see that happening as long as I am a middle-aged, untanned, overweight guy with no abs and who is taking months to make any visible change whatsoever. So I'm actually going to skip ahead on the graphic to the one right down there at the bottom, and that is support. If you'd like to support the channel, and every now and then someone will send $20 and say, I love your channel, I love what you're doing, here's a little present. It's very rare. Yeah, it doesn't enable me to take off work or make this my full-time job, but it's always appreciated. So I don't know. I'll just mention that here. If anybody watching wants to contribute, wants to help out, I do have a PayPal, and you can send it there. Obviously, this video series is free of charge, but I'll just say it. I would appreciate. I would be very grateful for anything that comes in. So there's that. I won't harp on it. I've tried never to harp on it. I hope I've never made anyone feel like I'm out here creating this video series begging for money. But yeah, the more that comes in, the more I would be able to publish these videos regularly. That's just a reality of life. Okay, but let's get back now to the links at the top. And what have I got here? Facebook.com. I do have a Facebook page, A Body in Progress 2019. I started it in 2019 and I kind of lost momentum, and then I started it again in 2020 and I lost momentum. I started again in 2021, and as I record this, I think I have successfully posted updates and images through January 12th. So yes, I have a lot of catching up to do there. Similarly, I do have a body space. Bodybuilding.com, when I first discovered it years ago, maybe even 10 or 11 years ago now, was really cool. It was a really simple interface, simple to use, simple to post, simple to share, simple to interact with people. They had a private message box if you didn't want to post publicly, if you wanted to have a conversation with someone. And then, like every website does, every website, Facebook and Instagram and everybody, they all think they need to improve. And every time they improve, they end up doing away with the aspects of the site that I liked. And that was true for bodybuilding.com's body spaces. They improved the graphics and improved the font and added a whole bunch of bells and whistles. And I found it to become largely unusable. All I do now is post a status update and a photo each day. And even then, I'm only up to about January 12th. I post across the board all of these. When I post January 12th on Facebook, I post January 12th on Body Space, and right on down the list. So if one is behind, they're all going to be behind. But Body Space ruined it. The designers over there in Idaho, or wherever their webmasters are, they just ruined it. You can find me on Twitter. Twitter isn't even up to January 12th. Twitter never caught on with me. I tried it back in 2019, and I just never found the motivation to keep going with it. I don't know. But I have a Twitter. And then I have an Instagram. I think of all of these, besides YouTube, Instagram is probably my favorite because all I have to do is just post the day's picture. And a lot of people interact, a lot of likes, comments. Got a pretty good circle of friends and enthusiasts there on Instagram. So I've maintained that one. And then, yes, technically I have this blog where my goal in my head back in January was every day, what exactly did I work out? And the purpose of the blog spot then is for anyone who does want to know, okay, I'm looking at video. He says he did this workout on April 10th, and I see interesting footage. I want to know how much did he lift? What exactly is the name of that exercise he was doing and such? That's supposed to be what that's for. That one's not out of January either. It makes me wonder why I'm even telling you these things exist. Of all of those 6, take note of YouTube and Instagram. Instagram is up through February or into February, so that one has a better chance of being caught up much sooner. Okay, but on all of those, you can find this information. I will say the posts to Facebook and Body Space and Twitter are all going to be very similar. They're all going to be the same photos, and then the status updates will be pretty much the same based on the word count. Sometimes I type more on Facebook than I can post on Twitter, and so I just trim it for Twitter. So between Facebook, Body Space, and Twitter, if you read one of them, you don't need to read the other 2. So you can decide, anybody still with me? There's this category, interact. So if you do want to send me an email, if you have any question, any comment, anything at all whatsoever, you can always write to me at bigtigerproductions@outlook.com. And then, I've had this on every episode, and nobody has taken me up on it. I guess Skype is just not as popular as it once was. I don't know. If you ever want to chat more rapidly than the slow art of sending an email and waiting for a response hours later, you can add me there on Skype. And every time I use Skype, every few months that I actually think to check it, I find that they've changed it. So that may be live, Big Tiger Productions, or it may just be Big Tiger Productions. You might have to experiment a little. And if neither of those works, send me an email. Okay. And we'll get it figured out. And then I've talked about support. Yeah, so those were things that I've tried talking about before. Finally got them out. If you actually sat through this whole video, let me know. Congratulations. Maybe I'll send you a little trophy or something. So coming up next will be videos about how to do a good bench press, how to do a good deadlift, and how to do a good squat. After that, not sure, but that's my plan for the next couple of episodes. I don't know if it'll take all 3. Anyway, I'm going to ramble if I don't stop here, and I need to edit this video, get it online, get a few other things done, and get packed for my trip so that I can fly out on Monday, May 3rd. That's it. Have a great day. See you next time on A Body in Progress.
There you go. Push hard. You got it.
Woo!
Nice.
There we go.
Another one?
No.